Hello guys, I'm back. Sorry, I'm still on chapter 16, the thing, let's get right into it. It was after dinner and Draco and Harry decided to take a walk around the lake, something they hadn't gotten to do in a while. Both professors were comfortable in silence, just enjoying their time together. The sun was beginning to set, the dying light casting an orange glow on the pair's faces. Draco's head turned towards Harry, watching as he walked. He noticed for the first time how relaxed he looked. How he looked relaxed. A sparkle in his eyes, back after being gone for a while. The orange glow in the highlight of his features, his cheekbones more prominent, and his glasses casting a shadow. "It's really pretty," Harry said out of the blue. Draco still looking at the oblivious defensive the, oblivious against the dark arts teacher. Yeah, it is. Wait, what? Suddenly the blonde developed a blush as Harry looked at him with an amused look and eyebrow cocked. Wow, with an amused eyebrow cocked. I can't say it right. The blonde suddenly developed a blush as Harry looked at him with an amused eyebrow cocked. Look, I can't say it right, but anyway. Shut up, Potter. I can't say it right. I'm sorry. I'm really bad at this. Draco exclaimed, punching his friend in the arm. Harry knew he wasn't mad, however, due to the smile adorning Draco's very red face. Harry frowned, though, getting a sharp pain in his head, causing him to stop. Draco turned and realized that Harry stopped, frowning in concern. "Are you okay, mate?" Draco asked, walking a few feet until he was in front of the Griffin door. Harry nodded, but instantly winced, having black spots formed when he did. "Yeah, it's weird though. I suddenly got a really bad headache, and even though we just ate not even 30 minutes ago." Draco frowned, gently putting his hand on his friend's forehead. "You feel clammy, which is weird because it's cold outside. Does your stomach hurt?" Draco asked, wondering if it was food poisoning. Harry shook his head, starting to shiver. "I feel fine other than my head. I mean, I'm shaky and clammy like you said," Harry said, kind of worried. Draco frowned, trying to think of what it was, but drew a blank. "We should go see Madame Pomfrey about it. Maybe she can do like a scan or something to see what's wrong," Draco suggested and gave Harry a thumbs up before nodding, seeing as a nodding made his headache worse. The Slytherin put his hand at the base of his crush's back, gently guiding him back to the castle and up a bunch of stairs until they finally made it to the hospital wing. All the beds were empty except for three of two, consisting of a second year with feathers slowly disappearing due to a transfiguration mishap, a fourth year who managed to get a burn on his arm from accidentally touching the fire underneath the cauldron. The last bed had a tearful-looking Ember whose tongue had shrunk, but not enough. "Hey, Jason, how's that heel burning?" Draco asked. Earlier, when that accident happened, Draco felt bad, sending him to the hospital wing and told everyone else to clean up. "I'm good, Professor. Thanks for asking. What brings you and Harry here?" the boy asked, glancing at the Gryffindor who was talking to the girl with feathers. "He has a massive headache, and we came here to find out why." At this point, Madame Pomfrey came out of her office, walking across the clean floors of the room. "Ah, Harry, I knew sooner or later you would end up in the hospital wing. What brings you here today?" she asked gently, guiding him to a bed which happened to be directly across from the was failing at being discreet about her eavesdropping. Shortly after dinner, I had a massive handshake. And then I became clammy and shaky. Draco and I couldn't figure out what was going on, which is why we came here," Harry exclaimed. Madame Pomfrey bit her lip and concentrating, taking out her wand before waving it over Harry. Doing a scan, a paper appeared in front of the wand, and her frown deepened as she read whatever was on it. "Harry, my dear, I'm afraid that you You're going through a love potion withdrawal. Any idea who might have caused that? She asked, but before Harry could answer, a gasp from the bed across from him drew their attention. Yes, Ember? Draco asked, biting his tongue, to prevent her, him from cursing her out. That he should have known that Harry was under the influence of the love potion. He was very different, and his eyes were glossy. That's why he seemed forced, Draco thought, cursing himself now. Ember looked up, panicked and shaking her head. Did you have any part in putting a fellow a fellow professor under the influence of a love potion? Madame Pomfrey asked. Ember shook her head, starting to sweat. Harry frowned at this, realizing something. Pomfrey, she did leave dinner early due to the incident, and she was the only one besides Draco sitting next to me, he expressed, and she slowly nodded, walking over to the fire. She muttered something. She muttered something before sticking her head, having a conversation with someone. Moments later, she walked back to a confused Harry. McGonagall appeared in the room through the fire. Miss Charlton, I highly advise you to tell the truth, or else you will be punished with your punishment will be severe. At this, Ember nodded slowly. Did you tamper the with with his drink tonight? Again, a nod. Do you have the potion with you? If so, please hand it over to Mr. Malfoy. At this, Amber reluctantly handed over the vial. He wafted the potion. Then he turned his vial upside down only to see his initials. This vial of love potion was directly from my stash of potions and ingredients, he stated, handing over to McGonagall, who had a deep frown etched onto her face. How long has this been going on for? Ember held up 4 fingers to seeing as her tongue was still swollen. 4 weeks, Miss Charlton. I've had so many complaints from different professors and students, and this is the final straw. As of right now, you are fired. So as soon as your tongue goes back to normal, you are to go directly to your office and pack up. Stop by my office when you're done, so I can speak to you more about this. Mr. Potter, I am so sorry this happened to you. Pumphrey continued treating him with fervent withdrawal. Have a great evening, professors. At this, McGonagall walked out of the hospital wing, choosing to take the long way back to her office. At this, Madame Pomfrey waved her wand at Ember, whose tongue shrunk to a reasonable size. The effect should completely wear off in an hour. Please leave the hospital wing promptly as to Minerva's request, Pomfrey ordered. Ember nodded before rushing out, tears in her eyes. Once the door was locked, Jacob spoke again. I hated her so much. I'm so glad she's gone. Then Draco said, and then mumbled something that only Harry heard. I'm so glad she's not hugging Harry. Hopefully I can make my move. Harry was confused by what this meant, but the thought disappeared as due to Madame Pomfrey bustling about, giving him different potions and casting spells. You should take it easy for a couple of hours, but you're set to go. Here's a few potions in case you get a headache. You should feel fine though. If the symptoms pick back up again, then come back, she instructed, moving on to check up on the 2 students. Harry took this as a sign to leave Draco. How about we go to my office and we can drink tea and talk? Clearly, we both aren't going to sleep for a while after what just happened. I miss our late night chats. Tomorrow is Saturday anyway. Draco pretended to think for a few seconds before grinning. Happy he had his best friend back. That sounds lovely. Yeah, So this actually, this, if you want to read it, you can pause and read it. She apparently was gone for 11 months, and this was a failure chapter. But, yeah, I hope you can, uh, I'm just asking no hate comments. That's it. You don't have to subscribe. You don't have to do anything for me. Just no hate comments. Please. I beg you. I'm plugging in my computer. Sorry, guys. Bye.